LeBron James, they're not now talking about whether the Lakers and Redick and LeBron are going to reconsider LeBron's idea of playing all 82 games here amid this crazy shooting slump, because LeBron once again couldn't hit a three-pointer last night, and man, he was really missing last night. I mean, brick off the backboard, he airballed his last one. 0 for 19 LeBron from three, over the last 4 games. That's a slump he has not been in since basically his rookie days. What do you think about the idea of maybe you should give him some rest moving forward here and not try and check off, I played all 82 games in, my, 22nd season? 21st? Yeah. I can never keep track anymore.
22,
Jeez.
yeah. He's tied the all-time high of Vince Carter with 22 seasons. I haven't heard J.J. Redick really contemplate a question like this. When he was asked about it after the game, he just basically thought about it for a bit and pondered and put some air through his lips and thought about it and said, yeah, it's probably a good idea that we sit him a little bit. I mean, the 5 and 7, they're flying from Utah to Minnesota on a back-to-back. I don't care how much work you put into your body. Those videos going around of LeBron working out that core hours before the game, I mean, it's obviously going to wear him down. And yeah, he's missed his last 19 threes, but he's human, and back-to-backs suck for everybody, for every 39 and almost 40-year-old and every 27-year-old. You just don't get better. So yeah, I think it would work best for him. He also needs some guys playing a little bit harder defensively. I think that's what it comes down to, is that this defense stinks and that they're nowhere close to anything like a championship team. That's the problem.
The Lakers are saying our defense is good now.
How?
They're saying our defense has improved in the past couple of weeks. They're like mid. They're like 15th over the last 10 games. It's the offense that's struggling. Literally, JJ and LeBron are saying we're working too much on defense. In practice, we work so much on defense that our offense stinks now, and it does, but LeBron needs to take a rest. Absolutely. I said last week that he looks old after that Suns game when Bradley Beal got him on a chase down block. Since then, 16 points on 18 shots against the Spurs, 12 points on 13 shots against the Thunder, 27 points, that's a lot, took 28 shots against the Jazz, and then last night, 10 points on 16 shots against the Timberwolves. Like you mentioned, Skeets, 0 for 19 from 3. Has there been a stretch of 4 games in LeBron's career where he takes more shots than points scored? I doubt it. It probably hasn't happened. You look at the on-off numbers for LeBron, and it's kind of unbelievable. He's been the worst player on the Lakers from an on-off standpoint. They're minus 16 points per 100 possessions worse when LeBron is playing, minus 10.2 when he's on the court, plus 5.9 off the court, according to Basketball Reference. Anthony Davis's numbers are similar, but not quite as exaggerated. So part of it is that the Lakers starters just aren't good enough. But also, LeBron looks like he needs some rest. He needs to pull a Luka, get a minor injury here, and then get his legs back under him. And right now, the schedule's kind of nice. They play at Miami, at Atlanta, then they've got Portland, and at Sacramento twice. That takes you through next Saturday. If he has a sprained thumb today, rest for 5 or 6 games, take a week off. That could be beneficial to the Lakers. The difference is that the Mavs went 5-1 when Luka Doncic was sitting. I don't think the Lakers could pull that off.
That's the thing here, and that's this whole part of okay, maybe he has this on his bucket list. I want to play all 82 when I turn 40 years old, obviously coming up here. But okay, but he's not going to be, at times at least, the most dedicated on the defensive end. It's been a while actually since that. Obviously maybe the most athletic from game to game. He still has it in bursts, but he is nearly 40. That means everybody else has to play hard. And there was a moment in this game, I don't know if you guys caught it on playback last night, where Anthony Edwards took a jumper, and it was contested by LeBron, but Ant took a jumper, he missed, and Anthony Davis is down there, and you can see it. He's he doesn't know who to box out. He's like, crap, Conley's right there, Rudy Gobert's right there, and Rudy ends up grabbing it, gets the ball. I forget if he put it in or he got fouled. Anthony Davis is yelling at Connect and D'Angelo Russell and the rest of the Lakers, I got 2 guys down here. Somebody help me out on the glass here. He visibly frustrated. Somebody help. And they're just sitting there, they're just twiddling their thumbs. So some frustration showing there, because that's just effort and obviously a little dedication on the defensive end. Yeah. So nobody else giving it. But I'm with you. It's that's a perfect game last night when there's no effort from anyone. Well, that's a game LeBron should sit. I mean, even if it is a schedule loss, right? Which, again, I sort of went through, it probably was to some extent, but now you're just wasting, a big game like that. And he played a bunch of minutes the night before against Utah in a game they just pulled out. If they had lost that game, That would have been, what, 6 losses out of their last 7? The one where Will Hardy called a timeout. Maybe Sexton would have won. So they're lucky they got that one, but crazy.
Yeah, defensively, obviously they're missing pieces, and we'll get to whether or not they should make a trade, because sitting at 24th in defensive rating ain't going to be anywhere close to a championship-type team. That just doesn't happen in the NBA. And I thought they were supposed to get rid of 5 and 7. 5 games in 7 nights. I thought it was supposed to be done. 4 games in 5 nights is gone. There are none of those. But yeah, I think they should be tired after the flight from Utah. And I know it's all an excuse, but yeah, you saw it across the board. You saw a stinky AD. Like LeBron, AD doesn't really get ridiculed when LeBron is stinky, but both of them combined, they weren't hitting shots. I mean, they're hitting like 26% of their shots last night. 80 points for all of them. Defensively, they weren't there. They want Jared Vanderbilt. He ain't coming back for the foreseeable future. Max Christie just hasn't been that guy. They're trying Cam Reddish. It all ain't working. Nothing's working. Really.
That's the problem, is that they can't sit LeBron. They really can't, even though he hasn't been all that good this season, because who's going to play instead of LeBron and have a chance? In his first 10 games, a 25% usage rate. That was awesome. It's the lowest of his career. Since then, over a 30% usage rate. No surprise, his shot has completely abandoned him. He was shooting 44% from 3 the first couple of weeks of the season, 25% since, turning the ball over a ridiculous amount for LeBron. 5.5 turnovers, basically, in his second 11 games after like a standard 2.8 prior to that. And honestly, like, will JJ be able to get LeBron to sit down? I watched starting 5. The minutes restriction lasted 1 game last year, and LeBron was coming off the court saying, I'm never doing that again. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will.